You think you've got Sigma males all figured out? Those lone wolves who don't bark for attention, who walk their own path while the world scrambles to keep up. Guess again. The scariest thing about a Sigma isn't the silence you hear or the independence you see. It's the unseen force that hums beneath, a quiet power that dismantles illusions and commands respect without a single word. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where we strip away the noise and dive into the raw truths that define men of unshakable strength and stoic resolve. Today we're unveiling the 11 scariest things about Sigma males, not to intimidate but to awaken. These aren't just traits, they're a roadmap to self-mastery, a challenge to rise above the chaos and become the man you're meant to be. Buckle up, because this isn't a feel-good pep talk, it's a reckoning with the kind of power that changes everything. 1. The unsettling gaze, seeing the unspoken script. Picture this. You're in a room spinning your usual web of charm, carefully chosen words, a practiced smile, the mask you've worn 1,000 times. Then you catch a Sigma's eye and something shifts. It's not judgment or disdain, it's worse, it's pure, unfiltered perception. They see the twitch in your jaw when you lie, the flicker of doubt behind your bravado, the energy you can't hide. Sigmas don't buy the performance, they tune into the frequency beneath, the raw, unscripted you. This isn't about tearing you down, it's about seeing reality as it is, a skill honed through relentless observation and a refusal to be swayed by facades. That gaze cuts through the noise like a blade, and for a world obsessed with appearances, it's a terrifying wake-up call. This piercing clarity isn't cruelty, it's strength rooted in reason. A Sigma's ability to see what others miss comes from a place of inner stillness, a mastery over the chaos of emotion that lets them focus on what's real. They don't waste energy on flattery or delusion, they seek truth even when it stings. Imagine living with that kind of vision, where every interaction is a chance to peel back the layers and confront what's authentic. It's not just scary for those exposed. It's a powerful reminder that true strength begins with seeing the world and yourself without distortion. 2. The silent guillotine, erasure over revenge. Betray a Sigma and you won't get the fireworks you expect. No shouting matches, no revenge plots worthy of a blockbuster. Instead, you get something far more chilling: silence. They don't lash out or linger on your betrayal. They simply cut you out of their world with the precision of a surgeon's scalpel. One day you're a fixture in their life. The next, you're a memory they've already let fade. This isn't weakness masquerading as apathy, it's a deliberate choice to reclaim their peace and render you irrelevant. For those who feed on drama or crave a reaction, this erasure hits harder than any outburst ever could. You're left grasping at shadows, realizing your power over them was an illusion they've now shattered. This is self-mastery in its purest form, choosing freedom over the chains of resentment. A Sigma knows that revenge is a trap, a waste of energy on something they can't control. Instead, they focus on what they can, their own path forward. It's a quiet rebellion against a world that thrives on conflict, a testament to the strength it takes to walk away and let the past dissolve. That ability to detach, to prioritize their own growth over petty battles, isn't just scary, it's a lesson in living with unshakable resolve. 3. The anti-scaffold, thriving in the void of absence. Most men build their lives like a house of cards, stacked on the approval of others, trembling at the thought of losing a single piece. A friend walks away, a lover leaves, and the whole structure wobbles. Not the Sigma. They torch that fragile scaffold and build something unbreakable from the ashes, a foundation carved from their own grit and self-belief. When you exit their orbit, they don't stumble or beg you to stay, they take a breath, adjust their course, and keep climbing. That unshaken calm, that ability to turn your absence into fuel for their ascent, sends a shiver down the spine of anyone who thought they held the keys to a Sigma's worth. You weren't a pillar, you were just a guest. This resilience is the heartbeat of a stoic mind, knowing that external validation is a mirage, and true strength comes from within. A Sigma doesn't collapse under loss because they've already forged their identity in solitude, tempered it in the fires of self-reliance. They don't need you to prop them up. They thrive in the void you leave behind. It's a terrifying truth for a society addicted to external crutches. Your departure doesn't break them, it reveals how little they ever leaned on you in the first place. 4. The calculated edge, charm is Scalpel, not comfort. You meet a Sigma and he flashes a grin that pulls you in, sharp wit, easy confidence, a spark that feels like a bridge being built. You lean in, thinking you've found a kindred spirit, a warm connection in a cold world. Then it hits you, that charm wasn't an open door, it was a lens. He's watching, dissecting your every word, your every move, mapping the contours of your character while you're still basking in the glow. This isn't about bonding, it's about precision. That smile was a tool, not a gift, and the realization leaves you reeling, exposed, analyzed, and wondering what he saw that you didn't. For a moment you felt seen, now you feel like prey under a hunter's gaze. Here's where reason reigns supreme. A Sigma uses charm not to please but to probe. It's a calculated move to peel back your layers and weigh your substance, all while keeping their own cards close. They don't squander energy on shallow ties, they seek depth, and if you don't measure up, that warmth fades as fast as it came. This isn't coldness, it's clarity, a refusal to let emotion cloud judgment. That strategic edge, that ability to turn a simple interaction into a masterclass in discernment, is what makes their presence so unnerving, and so damn powerful. 5. The Unbreakable Code, immunity to emotional warfare. Try pulling a Sigma into your emotional quicksand, guilt trips, tantrums, crocodile tears, and watch it slide off them like rain on steel. They see the game for what it is, a desperate grab for control, a plea for their peace to bend to your chaos. They don't bite, they don't even blink. With a calm that borders on eerie, they sidestep the trap and keep moving, leaving you clutching at air. It's not that they're heartless, they've just cracked the code to their own sovereignty. They know their worth isn't tied to your approval, and they won't let your storms shake their ground. That ironclad detachment turns manipulators into ghosts, powerless without a reaction to feed on. This is emotional control at its peak, a fortress built on rational thought and self-respect. A Sigma doesn't fight your battles or play your games because they've already won the war within themselves. They've learned that true power lies in choosing peace over pandemonium, in walking away from what doesn't serve their growth. It's a scary kind of strength, not loud or aggressive but quiet and absolute, a reminder that you can't break what's already whole. Think this is all theory, some distant archetype that doesn't touch your life? Look closer. Whether you see yourself in these traits or feel their shadow looming over you, this is real, raw, unfiltered, and staring you down. The Sigma male community isn't here to coddle you. We're here to cut through the bullshit and show you the power dynamics you've been blind to. That unease creeping up your spine? That's truth knocking. The last 5 points hit a nerve, good, you're awake. Now let's dive deeper because the next 6 will either forge you or break you. 6. The quiet dismantling, rewriting your rules without permission. Ever notice how a Sigma can walk into your world and, without a word, start unraveling it? They watch your habits, your predictable little dances, and then, bam, a single question, a subtle shift, and your whole script's in pieces. They don't argue or preach. They plant a seed of doubt that grows until your comfortable rut feels like a cage. Maybe it's a comment that makes you question your hustle, or a move that throws your rhythm off balance. You don't see it coming, and that's the kicker. They're not fighting you, they're rewriting the game while you're still playing by the old rules. It's disorienting, like waking up to find your map's been redrawn overnight. This isn't chaos for chaos's sake. It's growth through disruption, a nod to the Stoic call for constant evolution. A Sigma doesn't settle for stagnation, not in themselves or the world around them. They challenge you not out of spite but because they see potential where you see routine. That quiet dismantling forces you to face the cracks in your foundation, to build something stronger, or crumble under the weight of your own complacency. It's a scary gift, the chance to rise handed to you by someone who's already climbed that mountain. 7. The Fortress of Self, Unreachable by Design. You're sitting across from a Sigma, laughing over a beer, and you think you're in part of his circle, close to the core. Then you reach for something deeper, a glimpse of what drives him, and you hit a wall. Not a cold shoulder, not a rejection, just an invisible barrier that says, this far, no further. His inner world is a stronghold, locked tight against the noise of casual curiosity. He's not hiding, he's curating who gets access to his truth. That distance isn't arrogance, it's a choice, a line drawn by a man who knows most connections are fleeting and few deserve the keys to his soul. You're left wondering what's behind that gate, and that mystery alone shifts the power to him. This guarded nature is pure Stoic wisdom, protecting what matters most, the mind's peace, the heart's clarity. A Sigma doesn't fling open his doors because he's earned that fortress through battles you'll never see. He's not afraid of connection. He's selective, reserving his depth for what aligns with his purpose. That inaccessibility isn't a flaw, it's a strength, a reminder that real intimacy isn't owed to anyone. It's earned. And for a world used to oversharing, that kind of control is as terrifying as it is magnetic. 8. The peace tax collector. Walking away is non-negotiable. A Sigma doesn't cling to sinking ships, relationships, jobs, dreams that turn sour. The second something threatens his core, he's gone, not with a bang but with a step so quiet you barely hear it until he's out of sight. No pleas for second chances, no bargaining with fate. He trades comfort for freedom, security for potential, every single time. It's not reckless, it's ruthless self-trust, a belief that he'll land on his feet no matter the fall. Watching him walk away, calm, certain, unburdened, cracks the illusion that you have to stay where you're miserable. He's not running. He's collecting the tax others pay with their peace and refusing to foot the bill. This is stoic courage in motion, accepting what can't be changed and changing what can, with zero hesitation. A Sigma knows life's too short to waste on what drains him, and that clarity lets him move forward while others stay stuck. It's a scary kind of freedom, one that forces you to ask, why am I still here enduring what he wouldn't? His departure isn't just an exit. It's a mirror reflecting the compromises you've made and the strength it takes to break free. 9. The mirror of stillness, forcing your own reflection. Spend 5 minutes with a Sigma and you'll feel it, a calm so deep it's almost a challenge. They're not rushing, not peacocking, not filling silence with noise. They just are, centered, steady, a still lake in a world of crashing waves. And against that stillness, your own chaos stands out like a scream. Every nervous laugh, every desperate grab for approval, every unhealed wound you've ignored, it all flares up in their presence. They don't point it out, they don't have to. Their quiet authenticity turns you into your own judge, jury, and mirror, and that confrontation with yourself is as unsettling as it gets. This isn't about them showing off, it's the natural byproduct of a mind at peace with itself, a stoic ideal lived out loud. A Sigma's stillness comes from wrestling their demons and winning, from knowing who they are beyond the world's demands. They don't need to fix you, their presence does the work, daring you to face your own unrest and do something about it. That mirror effect is scary because it's honest, unflinching, unapologetic, and a hell of a lot more powerful than any lecture could ever be. 10. The value filter. Affection is observed, not begged. A Sigma doesn't chase love or grovel for loyalty, he watches. Who shows up when the spotlight's off? Who gives without expecting a trophy? Who's real when the masks come off? He's a silent accountant, tallying actions over words, sifting through the noise for substance. He won't beg for your attention or twist himself to fit your frame. He waits, assesses, and decides. When he chooses you, it's not desperation, it's recognition of your worth, earned through consistency and truth. That deliberate restraint, that refusal to play the game of neediness, flips the script on a world obsessed with instant gratification. This discernment is stoic wisdom at its finest, valuing what's genuine over what's convenient. A Sigma knows that real connection can't be forced or faked, it's forged in quiet moments of trust and mutual respect. They don't fear solitude enough to settle for less, and that independence makes their affection rare and potent. It's scary to be judged by someone who doesn't bend, who sees through the act and waits for the real you to step forward, or watches you fade into the background. 11. The invisible gravity, commanding control without grabbing it. Walk into a room with a Sigma and you'll feel the air shift, not because he's loud or brash but because he isn't. He doesn't demand the stage or flex for attention. He stands back, observing, a quiet force that pulls focus without trying. People adjust, lowering their voices, seeking his nod, orbiting his presence like planets caught in a pull they can't name. It's not about dominance, it's about depth, a self-assurance so solid it bends the space around him. You can't pin it down or fight it because there's nothing to resist. He's not reaching for power, yet it lands in his hands. That effortless sway, that invisible weight, is what sets him apart. This is the stoic art of being, rooted in self-mastery so profound it radiates outward. A Sigma doesn't need to prove anything. His strength speaks through his actions, his silence, his sheer existence. That gravity comes from knowing his worth and living it, not shouting it. It's scary because it's rare, a power that doesn't beg, borrow, or steal but simply is challenging you to match it or step aside. This is the Sigma at his core. A man who commands not by force, but by being undeniably, authentically himself. So there you have it, the 11 scariest things about Sigma males, laid bare for you to wrestle with. But let's flip the script. These aren't just traits to fear, they're weapons to wield, keys to a life of unshakable strength and purpose. You've just glimpsed the blueprint of a high-value man, independent, resilient, forged in the fire of self-mastery. The Sigma male community isn't here to spoon-feed you platitudes. We're here to arm you with the wisdom to rise, to cut through the chaos, and to build a life that commands respect on your terms. Reflect on this. Apply it. Let it sink into your bones and push you forward. If this hit you where it counts, if it lit a spark or pissed you off enough to rethink your game, then smash that like button, drop a comment with your take, share this with a man who needs it, and turn on notifications if you're already in the fold. We're not done yet. This is just the beginning of your journey with us. Stay locked in because the Sigma male community is your compass for the road ahead.